Do you want an easy way to stream to TikTok or Instagram that gives you access to a full feature set similar to OBS? Then you are going to love this tool that I'm going to show you today. It allows you to run a full featured vertical stream for TikTok or Instagram with multiple cameras, overlays, green screen features, full audio mixing, and so much more. And you can stream using Ethernet, Wi-Fi, or even a cellular connection, so you can stream from anywhere with no need for a computer, all in one simple touchscreen package. You guys are absolutely gonna love this thing, so let's get to it! So this incredible piece of tech is the YOLO Live InStream. There is a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. Let's take a look at what's in the box.
I left a present for you in my box.
Come on, Carl.
I ate something out of the corner under the toilet that just didn't agree with me.
TMI, Carl. TMI.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they meant when that phrase came about. Let's take a look at what's in the box. All right, so this is a screen protector. Protect the face. And there is our unit. We'll talk about that in a second, of course. Got your quick instruction guide. Little user's manual. Seems easy enough to possibly read if you wanted to. This is the pin to add your SIM, your mobile phone SIM card if you'd like. This is to tighten down for a tripod. And of course, your charging cable. So you can see by the fact that there is a screw hole here that you can mount it horizontally if you like. There is the power. This is the SIM card if you want to add your mobile SIM. This is for a memory card, something like this right here. Then you've got your line jack, your mic jack, and your headphone jack on this side. Here it looks like you have a little microphone hole up here. And then if we turn it over, USB-C, which charges the device with the cable that's included. You've got an HDMI out. So if you wanted to send the signal out to your computer or something like that, this is where you do it. Ethernet in. Another screw hole jack for mounting. You've got your USB, HDMI input, and another HDMI input. So input for two HDMIs and a USB, and an output for HDMI for a monitor or something like that. The unit is nice and sturdy. I'm really happy that it comes with a screen protector. That's awesome. In order to put this in there, it has a hole on either side to mount it. Then you would use this tool right here. You could tighten this up, and you can also tighten or loosen up that right there. And chances are you would probably mount this something like that. And then put it on your tripod like that. Very cool. I can't wait to see how this works. And obviously it just turns on with the button right there. Now let me show you how this thing works. It's going to bring you up to this screen right here. Before you're going to be able to sign in, you got to click this little person icon in the top right, and you want to go ahead and you could put your account in here. But before you can really even do that, you're going to have to go to your network settings and set up your Wi-Fi. It is very simple. You just go in here and it will show you the Wi-Fi. You select the one you want and you add your password. You're going to be all good to go. So once you set up your Wi-Fi, then you can go ahead and create your account. You just put in your name and your password, or you can sign up for a new one. Now, other things, you've got your about the device. Gives you the information on the MAC address, the serial number, that sort of stuff. Then you have your version. You definitely want to make sure this is updated. They are updating this all the time to add new features and everything else. So if it's not updated, you're not going to have the latest features. Your box might not even look anything like mine. So you can set your language, your time zone. In recordings, if you made any recordings, they're going to be listed right here. And then it has the amount of space that's left on the cards that you have in the machine. Right now I have a 30 gigabyte card in the machine. You can go to System Update, download firmware, and load it on the system that way. There is a help center, which will go through all the information that you need to use the YOLO box. If you run into a situation where you don't know something, you can go in here. It will tell you how to do everything that you need to do. You can restore the factory settings, and you can look at diagnostic logs and all that sort of stuff. Once you're signed in, this is what you're going to see. In the top left hand corner, you have the accounts that you can log into in order to be able to stream to those accounts. Then you have down in the bottom left hand corner your cameras that are already in there. You can see I have a USB camera loaded in, and I have an HDMI camera. That one's right there. One of them's up there. So let's go ahead and configure up these cameras first. We'll start with our HDMI camera, and we can rotate it until we get to the rotation that we want here. And then we can go and crop it. And what we'll do is we'll scale this up or down depending upon what we want. We can move it over. We want to go ahead and select fit to screen, and then we can click done, and boom. So now you can see in the bottom left we have our camera loaded in there for that. We'll do the same thing with our other camera. Rotate it until we get to the proper aspect ratio. Then we're going to click and crop it, and we'll scale this until we get scaled properly, and we'll select fit to screen and done. And there we go. So now we have our two cameras all set up so they can run in full screen if that's what we want. We can add other video sources if there's something that's not showing up, or you can add local video. So we'll go ahead and add a local video. These are ones that were just on the card when they sent it to me. So we'll just select one. There we go. Now we have that video source. Now just keep in mind that the thing that the little red box is around is what's going to be loaded on the scene. Now we can see the settings are in the right pane, and you've got your noise reduction, your encoding settings, and of course this is all controlled by the little red gear that's in the bottom right hand corner. We can go into our encoding settings. It gives you 3 different types of encoders. We can set our bit rate and our frames per second. Then we can go to our video source transition. We can select whatever we want. It has a lot of different types of transitions. That's really cool. It actually even has the duration for the transitions we could set at the top. Our video out settings, so we can actually export video with the USB out. We can flip everything horizontal if we like. And then we have our portable storage unit. So if you have a USB memory stick plugged into this thing or something like that, that is where that's going to be. Your SD card management right here. If you add an SD card in there, local video switching. So this tells you how it's going to do it. It's going to continue playing, resume from the first frame, and pause when switching, and all that sort of stuff. So that tells you how videos are going to interact with the stream when you do it. So when we switch to this video right here, we know that if we switch off, it's going to go back and do it again. So you can see how that works right there. And then we have our video switching control. You can click or double click, depends on how you want yours to work. We can go to the next one right here. This is the auto switch. This is a really cool feature. We can set it up to auto switch so it'll rotate through all the different scenes that we have created. So we have the HDMI 2-to-1 and the USB one, and we can basically set this up so it'll automatically loop from each one. And we can select our main video source right here. So let's go with the HDMI one right there. And that would be our main video source. So you could set how long you want it to be on each of the video sources and that sort of stuff. We can set it up so it's sequential or random, how it rotates to each source. And you can see you have to set up your video sources to activate the switching. So then we'd go in here to our video sources, and we could go to the local video, USB one, and this one here. And so now we have our video sources set up, and if we turn it on, it's going to automatically just switch in a loop to each one. And you can see that it has, you know, the amount of time for each of the videos set up in the top. And it actually shows the amount of time counting down on each one as it rotates through them. And let's go into our record settings here. Just above that, we can start recording. We can set recording limits for how long we want the recordings to be. And we can go in and mess around and set whether we want it to go the SD card or portable storage. Just have to click that to start recording if we want. Next up, we have our audio settings. You can see right here, there are all different sorts of audio settings. Right now, it's getting audio, and you can see it up in the top left-hand corner from this USB. I'm gonna turn that off. And we want it to get audio sources from our HDMI 2 right there. And now we can see that functioning properly. There we go. So now we have the mixer all set up the way that I would want it, going to the correct microphone. Very, very cool. It has the mic in and the line in, so you can set it up to, you know, line in music if you want, or whatever you want. You can load the music into the hard drive as well, and it would just run basically like a video source almost. So that's the audio mixer. Then we have our overlays. We can click the plus and see that we have image overlays, lower thirds, countdown timers, titles, and web URL overlays. If we go into image overlays, I don't have any loaded on the card, but this could be an overlay for your live stream. It can be pretty much whatever you want. Lower thirds are really easy to set up. You just click the one that you want. And these are infinitely adjustable, so you can enter your text here. And we can enter our subtext. We can adjust the type of font that we want to use, our title size, title colors. All that stuff can be adjusted right here. We can even make it bigger or smaller with our scale right here. And we can move it anywhere on the screen that we want. So let's go ahead and adjust the scale. And we want our title size to be a little bigger than our subtitle font. And there we go. We'll put it down in the bottom left. Click done. And then if we want that to be on screen, we just click it and it stays up. We can add a countdown timer to our screen, and we just select the one that we want. It gives us all kinds of options as to how to set it up. It has text in it. You can change all that kind of stuff. What the transparency setting is. If we click done, we can add that to our scene just by clicking on it, clicking off it to take it out of our scene. So the overlays are things that go on the current active scene. Next, we can click the plus. We can go and select titles, and we can just use any one of these. They're infinitely customizable, just like all the other stuff. And if we click on that, it will basically activate that over top. So right now on our scene, if we were live streaming, we would have USB 1 with my lower thirds and also the welcome to the show overlay over top of it. So there you go. We can add web overlays as well. You can just type in the name of the URL that you want to go to, and it will add an overlay here for your live stream. Very cool, very simple, very easy to set up. Now we're going to go down here to our add a video source, and we can customize this even further. We can load a second video in here, so let's do that. We'll add this one in here. Boom. So now we have a second video in there. We have our two cameras. We'll click this, and we're going to go to picture-in-picture video, and you want your big video to be the first one that you select, and your small video to be the second one that you select. Then you click done, and as you can see, we have our video in here. We can scale it down, place it anywhere we want on the screen, and we can change the border color if we like. We can adjust the border thickness, all that fun stuff, so we can make the border fat or skinny, or even just remove it. So there we go, and we can click done, and you'll notice that that shows up as the picture-in-picture down on the bottom left. We can add two views in one, so we can do this one and click done, and there we go. So we have the two cameras. We can adjust the border thickness, we can adjust the positioning and all that sort of stuff, and we could swap the video, whatever we want to do. Click done. Now we've created yet another scene. Let's go, and we can do 3 views. So we'll select this one, and this one. Click done, and all we have to do is adjust the scale for each of these to place them how we want them. And we can add a background into the back, and obviously you're going to have to be relatively selective, because you can see our third image there doesn't really work, and some of our camera work here is a little bit wonky, but there we go. Now we've got that, and so you can do 2 views, 3 views, all kinds of very, very cool things. And that pretty much is all the features. So all you have to do to log in and go live on any of these platforms is just select the platform that you want to go live on. And this is basically just a web browser screen up here on the top left. So you're going to go ahead and log into your platform of choice. Now you can move this around however you want, or you could go down here on the bottom and go back. This operates at the bottom very similar to what you would get in an Android phone. So if I click the square, I can close out any windows that are open, which means that you can open windows for Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, live stream vertical video to all 3 of those at the same time. And then when you want to close them, you just go in there and it will close them out. This is the home button, and this is the back button. So we can select any of the scenes that we want. It's really, really simple to produce a live streaming video with this product. I'm absolutely shocked that they can fit all of this into this tiny little box that is not much bigger than your cell phone. So you can probably put this in a big pocket or easily carry it wherever you want, plug in and use, even in the field anywhere, a USB camera or a DSLR or whatever you want. Create absolutely amazing live streams. Let's say you're going to use a webcam. That's fine, but you don't want to use the audio in the webcam. Well, you can bring along another microphone, even like a wireless lapel microphone, that you can plug right into the microphone input on the side and get great audio quality as well. There are just so many great things that you can do with this thing, including multi-streaming to all these different platforms that you see up here in the top left. It's just absolutely awesome. Now, I told you this was an absolutely incredible piece of gear.
Man, I wish I had one of these for my cousin Frank.
Do I even ask?
Oh, you want to hear this?
I doubt it.
My cousin Frank had it bad for things that move, especially mice. And the loft in the barn had a lot of those little critters. He would try to be sneaky, but I'm being honest, he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed.
I've never seen you catch a mouse, Carl.
Yeah, I got better things to do.
Like eat unknown things from the corner under the toilet.
So there's this one time the mouse is out in the center of the floor of the loft, and Frank was like, I got the bastard this time. He leaps out at a full sprint after it right towards the edge of the loft. He was so focused on catching that mouse he failed to notice there. The mouse turned left at the last moment, but not right. He wasn't exactly svelte, if you know what I mean.
Wait, he didn't...
I'm telling the story here, don't ruin it. So he gets to the edge, and he kept running in the air for like 3 feet before he realized he wasn't on the loft anymore. It flew like super cat during the entire 3-story flight down.
Oh man, was he okay?
Landed on his feet just like any self-respecting cat. Lost 2 lives at the most. An amazing act of flight. Totally worth it.
Probably not for him.
If I had one of these live streaming thingies at that moment, I'd be a millionaire. It was epic. I laughed so hard almost rolled off the loft myself. Flying cats, it's a real thing.
Now let's talk about the one downside the InStream has. The elephant in the room is the price. This thing is $999. It's not cheap, but for what you get, it's not expensive either. For $1,000 you get a completely self-contained, easy to use live streaming box you can easily take anywhere, and I think Instagram and TikTok are really well suited to streaming anywhere. They packed so many features into this tiny little box that I really do think it's worth the money. Now I do understand that a beginning streamer may not feel that way, especially if your channel isn't making any money. But once it is, this piece of gear would be one of the first things on my list if my main streaming platform was TikTok or Instagram. Now, if you want to learn about the YouTube and Twitch version that are horizontally configured, check this video out. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks to help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Feyrer Jr. That is Carl the Cat.
Yo.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.